Each person keeps a list of their top fears to themselves. Our greatest apprehensions rarely surface, but certain circumstances might set off a trigger in us that brings those concerns to mind and causes us to respond in ways we may not fully comprehend. If you are most afraid of losing control, you could become angry when someone alters your plans. We may overcome these psychological hurdles and let go of the concerns that may develop by learning about what are the biggest fears of each zodiac sign. Deep down, even the most courageous lions among us are scared cats. It's a part of our Genesis story. During some stage of our evolution, we came upon something that has served as our constant demon. Most people have one or more phobias: snakes, cramped quarters, infections. But we've looked more closely at the one thing that probably terrifies you the most, divided, of course, by zodiac sign. If you're brave, keep watch on. Before we get into the video, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you're new. Now let's begin. Number 1, Aries, receiving direction. The sign of Aries is known as the zodiac's boss baby since you are both bosses and infants. Because taking orders is never an option for Aries, you must make all decisions in your own life. Making choices and taking action determines whether Aries lives or dies. When prevented from taking control, you experience a deep, primal fear. Particularly by bureaucratic red tape or someone who disagrees with your love of action-based solutions, you find your biggest fears here. Number 2, Taurus, absolute disorder. A consistent schedule is like oxygen to the bull of the zodiac. Break it, and you cannot breathe. Not because Taurians lack imagination, on the contrary, you are a group of artistic people. However, a change is chaotic and unsettling. So, people with the Taurus zodiac sign need order and predictability. In a disorganized situation, individuals are forced to start over from scratch, finding their feet each time without being able to advance further. You see it as a Sisyphean hellhole rather than a learning experience. Number 3, Gemini, boredom. The extremes of Geminis are well recognized. It's appropriate for the twins to oscillate between opposing poles after all. But boredom is the worry that drives the turmoil in Gemini. Your increased curiosity triumphs over your sense of personal security, causing you to start different fires for the sake of having something to do. Please, for the love of all that is holy, amuse an idle Gemini because you are a danger to yourselves and society. Number 4, Cancer, ignorance. Cancers are the zodiac signs that usually become others' biggest fears. The crab is about defense against the most profound, life-changing childhood scars of all. You often entail some innate awareness that our parents won't always be there for us and that the world is indeed a hostile and dangerous place rather than a warm and loving womb. You should just be aware that you are subtly terrified that you won't come home. So if you ever need to go on an errand, you best ask to come. Number 5, Leo, that you are incapable of love. In the end, Leos just want to be accepted for who they truly are. You are all about honesty and consciousness. As people remove the layers of your identity, you risk not appreciating what you find. The biggest fears of Leos might become your dislike for them. After all, if you don't love yourself, how will anybody else? Number 6, Virgo, that you're undeserving. In contrast to humble braggers, Virgos are confident. You would prefer to pass away with no honors for outstanding work than receive an EGOT for work you deemed below average. This is only slightly an exaggeration. The Virgo is primarily concerned with ethics. So, part of the reason you can confidently exercise your critical faculties is that you have taken the necessary steps to ensure that you can uphold yourself. You put so much effort into your job because you are afraid of failing your integrity exams. Number 7, Libra, breaking up. Because of how much more we can do in teams than we can on our own, Libras value collaboration. It holds for all formed partnerships, not just romantic ones. And every relationship with a friend, relative, life partner, or partner in a joint business, is flavored with the possibility of a future split. A Libra is slightly disturbed by what is lost. Number 8, Scorpio, constant monitoring. Because it's none of anyone's business how the Scorpio obtained your ex-social partner's security number, a competitor's patented formula, or the proof required to indict a sitting president, they do their business in secret. Knowing others' secrets lessens the strength of a Scorpio. It makes you less valuable. Therefore, you are unable to endure living in a surveillance state. You don't want your moves to get tracked. If you didn't have exclusive access to the cameras, you actually fear being watched. Number 9, Sagittarius, rustic living. Sagittarius yearns for far-flung adventure as Belle does when she strolls around her little French town square. The Archer's zodiac sign emphasizes variety. That includes foods, language, cultures, academic fields, and religions. Your appetite is limitless when it comes to human culture. Thus, feeling trapped in a strict or narrow environment even one you enjoy scares you. Without having the chance to consider other possibilities akin to watching a horror film, your biggest fears yell out at you. Number 10, Capricorn, talent wasted. Yes, Capricorns are perpetual hustlers, but for what purpose? The cash, the notoriety, or the legacy? All of the above? Yes, but there's more. More than any other sign, Capricorns appreciate the value of time. You are aware of your potential and the fact that this is your one chance at life. Wasting your dreams because you required an additional hour of sleep more quickly than any alarm, that horror will awaken you. Number 11, Aquarius, being left out. Anxiety over feeling like you don't fit in is the source of the Aquarian ethos. No one is too strange to gain a place at the table somewhere in the zodiac. The vision of an Aquarian is usually broad. You see a society where all types of freaks and geeks are accepted. You believe nobody should tell a person to sit in a corner as it is one of your biggest fears itself. Number 12, Pisces, death. Of course, the final sign of the zodiac is the one that fears death the most. Pisces focus on breaking down barriers between the physical and the spiritual, realities and dreams, and fiction and actuality. Therefore, you very much reside on the brink that separates life from death, and it is perilous to do so. One of the biggest fears of your life that afflict you directly leads to the development of your renowned sensitivity and intuition.